Good evening. This is Sunday Express, the 16th of March 2025. Indeed, it's set to be quite the week, and we have updates of what has been making headlines in the last 12 hours. So let's have a sneak peek.
Ni siku nzuri ambaye tunaenda kuapisha gavana mpya ambaye ni Isaac Mutuma Twethingia Reverend, na tumepanga vizuri. Mipango yote iko sawa sawa.
It's all systems go. Security beefed up amid final preparations to swear in Isaac Mutuma as Meru governor after the courts upheld the impeachment of Kawira Mwangaza. Digital Survey Chief, Assistant Chief in Kipcherere sublocation in Baringo, embraces the use of TikTok platform to reach the community and advocate against social evils.
Anabanwa Facebook na Mariam na Mataka. Mali anayo Brenda Cheng wa kwanza, Brenda Cheng wa pili, Brenda Acheng!
And starlets shine on. Kenya's junior starlets beat Uganda 3-0 in the second leg of the FIFA Under-17 Women World Cup qualifiers to cruise through the third round.
Good evening. If you're just joining us, this is Sunday Express. I'm Regina Manyara, and my colleague on sign language is none other than Byron Abuli. We start off with a focus in Meru County, where preparations for tomorrow's swearing in of the Meru Deputy Governor Isaac Mutuma as the fourth Meru governor are in top gear at Mwendanto grounds in Meru town. According to the Meru County Secretary, who is also the chairman of the Assumption of Office Committee, Dr. Kiambi Atheru, all is set for tomorrow's swearing-in ceremony, with event organizers making the final touches.
Mwendatu grounds in Meru town, Meru County. It is all system go as the area residents wait with bated breath to usher in the new county boss. Meru Deputy Governor Isaac Mutuma will ascend to the position following the High Court's ruling that upheld Senate decision on the removal of Kawira Mwangaza from office. Meru County Secretary, who is also the chairman of the Assumption of Office Committee, Dr. Kiambi Atheru, says all is set for the big day.
Kesho tuna expect siku itakuwa mzuri, maana ni siku nzuri ambaye tunaenda kuapisha gavana mpya ambaye ni Isaac Mutuma Twethingia Reverend, na tumepanga vizuri. Mipango yote iko sawa sawa.
Atheru said the event will start tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. And after swearing in the new governor, who is currently the deputy, Isaac Mutuma will head to the Meru County government offices, where he is expected to address the county staff.
Kuanzia saa 4 hapo tuwe tumemalizana na kuapisha mheshimiwa governor, and then from there tutakuwa na programs zingine kidogo, maybe by saa 5 saa 6 tunafaa tuwe tumetoka hapa.
Usalama umeimarishwa. Ni kama mwenyekiti wa asasi mbalimbali zinazosimamia usalama, tumeweza kujadiliana kuhusu mambo ya magari, jinsi yatakavyoelekezwa, jinsi yatakavyoegezwa, wananchi wenyewe jinsi watakavyolindwa.
Meanwhile, the decision made by the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga to work with the Kenya Kwanza administration has continued to elicit mixed reactions from a cross-section of leaders. Machakos Deputy Governor Francis Mwangangi is the latest to weigh in into the matter, saying the move will disenfranchise Kenyans who had hoped that the former premier will be their voice in keeping the government in check.
That is not democracy. And I want to tell the ODM leader, you are killing democracy in Kenya. Kenyans in their own wisdom elected a government, and they also elected opposition leaders. Sasa wewe umetoka kwa opposition umeingia kwa serikali, lakini unataka kukwamilia kwa opposition. That is not fair.
Timothy Kipnusu for Sunday Express.
Now, on that political note, less than 2 years into the 2027 general election, the political landscape in the country is undergoing a dramatic transformation. The political scene is now marked by rebranded parties, shifting alliances, and high-profile mergers. In some cases, long-standing partnerships are unraveling. with leaders signing pivotal deals and issuing exit notices from once solid alliances. What does all this mean to the voter? Will these realignments lead to real change or simply political maneuvering to benefit the elite? We dive into the heart of Kenya's evolving political scene, exploring the strategic moves, the motivations, and the deeper implications as the country moves towards its most fiercely contested elections in history. Ben Chumba with more.
PLP! Unite, liberate!
In recent months, the country's political stage has witnessed a whirlwind of change, with party mergers, realignments and new alliances cropping up, all happening at a rapid pace.
As People's Liberation Party, we are not just rebranding to have a new look. We are also renewing our commitment to the people of Kenya.
The numbers are going to grow, and we are going to make every Kenyan feel liberated, every Kenyan feel empowered.
We will be ready to meet them, omundo humundu.
Political figures are shaking hands, signing deals, and positioning themselves for what could be a defining moment in Kenya's history.
We need to make decisions that are correct as far as the interests of the people of Kenya are concerned.
We've agreed to use our parties as a broad platform, bringing together various voices, opinions, and concerns to address the critical challenges facing the country.
But are these alliances built on common ground, or are they just political calculations?
I don't think politicians have any stable ideologies. I mean, it's all about how can I win and who can help me to win. If you look at since 1963, from independence, I mean, people talk about we want to beat poverty, we beat hunger, we bring education, we bring good health. Those are just higher semantics that politicians are using. But when you look at whether they have similar ideologies, this one will say this, and tomorrow he will turn around. I mean, if you look at now how the Prime Minister has gone in to help the President to deliver on his mandate, could anyone believe that Raila Odinga can actually go down that route?
Kenya has a history of shifting political alliances, but what makes these developments particularly interesting is the timing.
I witnessed people being vandalized. Our whole cabinet minister, I don't want to mention, the chairman of Council of Governors, his phone disappeared. People are literally vandalizing, stripping people naked. What does that tell you? It tells you the poverty level is very high. We are not careful. These hungry people, hungry wanja, na pia hungry about what we are doing, they will turn against us.
Kenyans have been denied the chance. They have been rigged through poverty and hunger and the need and bad health. They don't have the capacity to actually even think correctly and answer the question you are asking, whether the Kenyans feel they are being represented. Guys are busy looking for how they can get Mahindi Choma, how they can eat tonight, and it is because of bad leadership and bad governance that Kenyans have been driven to this, poor levels of life.
With less than 2 years before the next general election, these changes could dramatically reshape the political trajectory in the coming years.
You go to an election, we fight viciously, sometimes even we lose lives, but later on, the losers and the winners mend fences at the leadership level. And when they do that, the masses, the electorates that end up now being the grass, they suffer.
Every single party wants to come out as if they are now clean, as if they are now more energized to deliver to the people. But the whole point is actually they want to win and they want to grab power.
The public's reaction to these political moves is mixed. While others are hopeful, others are more skeptical, questioning whether these political alliances will truly benefit the average Kenyan.
Kazi yangu ilikuwa inanipea mzuri, napata kitu kama 1,000 ama 1,500. But sahi pesa imeshuka, vitu zikarudi nyuma, vitu zingine zikapanda. Yani sahi imagine unaweza kukubali napata 500.
Waangalia ekonomi ya Kenya pale iko. Sawa Chakula mwananchi anaumia. Sawa. vijana wana kazi. Maisha imepanda milima na kwenda juu. Tuko na shida nyingi sana. Hawa viongozi wanasema mambo wameweza kujipanga mambo ya 2027. Mimi naona wanaikosea sana.
With the country facing serious challenges including economic inequality, rising unemployment and increasing political demands, the question remains, will these political realignments bring real, lasting change, or is it just another round of political maneuvering?
I personally don't have a problem with the alliances. What I want to see is the work in the alliances.
For me, I don't trust these alliances. I don't think it's well. I don't think it's possible because they don't work out. In case any kind of alliances of any government that comes on, henceforth it doesn't make a sense.
They are the right way to go. If politicians and leaders sit down and agree, make the major points. For example, if you say we want to implement the NADCO, it has been waiting for all the time because the coalitions knew that if we implement NADCO, we will suffer.
As the election season approaches, one thing is certain, the story of Kenya's political realignment is far from over. Ben Chumba, Sunday Express.
Now that is one quite sobering piece by my colleague there, Ben Chumba. It gets you questioning whether you are aligned for your benefit. Are they aligned for your benefit, you and I, or for themselves? Well, as I say, civic education, if you are an eligible voter, there's no reason why you shouldn't take part in the upcoming elections in 2027. Then make your voice be heard. Now, in an era where digital platforms are reshaping how communities engage, Felix Chepsire, an assistant chief in Chepsire sublocation, has embraced technology to communicate with his residents in his jurisdiction in a way that not only entertains but also educates. Chepsire has earned the name TikTok Chief for his innovative use of the popular platform to address vices like illicit brews, drug addiction, and other issues affecting his community. Have a look.
Meet Felix Chepsire, a TikToker chief famously known by the name Soy Comedy. Chepsire collaborates with two local youths, Vincent Chesang and Caleb Kiplagat, in producing skits that feature humorous yet thought-provoking portrayals of notorious characters of old men who are often on the wrong side of the law. Both Vincent and Caleb abused drugs, but their lives were turned around through the intervention of Chief Chepsire.
Niliamua kuingia TikTok kwa sababu the only way yenye unaweza pata kila mtu kwa hii society ya sasa ni simu.
Tukaona yenyewe huyu chief wetu ana nia mbaya na sisi. So akajenga urafiki na sisi. So kujenga urafiki na sisi pia nao tukaamua waje tufanye vile anasema. Juu yenyewe anatusaidia.
Today, they are key players in the Chief's TikTok campaign, spreading the gospel of transformation and hope to the youth.
Content ya kwanza ya kutengeneza ilikuwa ya pombe. Hiyo ndio tulianza nayo. Na ikaenda viral.
Their skits, which depict the journey from addiction to reform, have resonated with a large audience, especially the younger generation, a demographic that often doesn't attend traditional barazas and consume their information from social media.
So hiyo kitu ikanikujia, tukaongea nao wase, tukaangalia mambo ya TikTok. So tukaona this is the only way yenye tunaweza pass information kwa wenye wako parasa, wenye wako karibu na wenye wako mbali.
Nataka muniombe. I'm going through a lot of problems.
Through their viral TikTok skits, the trio has gained a large following with fans predominantly from Kipchirere sublocation. The content, while comic, highlights the consequences of errant behavior and promotes positive change.
So baada ya kufanya kwa hiyo TikTok tukaona tumeelimisha watu, tumetransform maisha ya watu wengi, hata vijana wamekuja karibu.
So wametusaidia zaidi kwa hii mambo ya TikTok, maana tukiona
wana act vile wanatakikana wakae.
Wamenisaidia mimi sana kama muuguzi wa hospitali kwa kuelimisha watu kuhusu mambo ya pombe, hatari ya pombe, ufutaji wa sigara.
As part of his commitment to reform, Chief Chesire also emphasizes the importance of support systems. Reformed individuals are encouraged to form groups to hold each other accountable. For Sunday Express, I am Teresa Mutai.
Well, they say the mountain will never go to Muhammad, right? But then Muhammad went to the mountain. So you use what you have to communicate. We'll take a quick break. While we're taking this quick break, we'll be busy searching the TikTok chief on TikTok. We'll be right back.
Kupitia star 570 hash tunakupa nafasi ya kuchomoka na this beautiful Mazda Demio. Enjoy a beautiful clean semi-leather interior, low mileage, fuel-efficient 1300cc engine, great for personal use and business. Ukitaka kujishindia gari hii, kucheza ni rahisi sana. Chukua simu yako, bonyeza star 570 hash, chagua option 3. And for only 35 shillings, hii gari inaweza kuwa yako. Kumbuka kucheza mara kadhaa because the more you play, the higher chances of wewe kuwa mshindi.
Mungu ni mwema, asante Mungu. Ile ndio naendesha hivi.
Dial star 570 hash and make this dream car yours.
Cheza Loto Moto.
Kenya's livestock sector is on the move, but has it progressed in the last 2.5 years or just grazed the surface? Farmers are battling drought, disease and shrinking markets. Will livestock insurance policies and new vaccines inject fresh hope?
It is a process and we will be doing this process annually for about 3 years ndio tuhakikishe tumepata ile herd immunity ambao tunataka.
Find out on Tuesday at 9 p.m. on KBC Channel 1 as we speak to Principal Secretary Livestock Jonathan Mweke. This shift.
Welcome back. Now, the Anglican Church of Kenya, Nairobi Diocese, has a new bishop. Jonathan Kabiru was officially consecrated and enthroned as the third bishop of the diocese in a colorful ceremony at the St. Stephen's Cathedral. The event, presided over Archbishop Jackson Ole Sapit, was attended by clergy, faithful and dignitaries, including the leaders from both sides of the political divide. Politicians who attended the event, however, were not allowed to speak to the congregants during the ceremony.
Congregants at the Anglican Church of Kenya witnessed a historical moment on Sunday morning as a procession of bishops led by Archbishop Jackson Ole Sapit made their way into St. Stephen's Cathedral for the consecration and enthronement of Bishop Jonathan Kabiru. The new bishop was escorted into the church by two bishops holding his hand as a symbolic gesture of guidance and unity. The ceremony featured performances from various choirs before Bishop Kabiru took 3 oaths, including one reaffirming that he will serve faithfully and leave office in 2047 as per church tradition.
Let us appreciate with gratitude this great privilege that the Lord has given us in this diocese. The Lord has given us a great diocese, and to whom much is given, much is required.
With his consecration complete, Bishop Jonathan Kabiru assumed leadership of the Nairobi Diocese, ushering in a new era of faith and service.
We join the Archbishop in ensuring that we continue to be the light and the salt of the world, and that the church will continue to be the voice of the voiceless.
Meanwhile, political leaders including Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja, Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, and former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who attended the event, left without uttering a word following the church's decision to ban political speeches at the pulpit.
Kanisa haitakuwa platform ama mahali ambayo malumbano ya siasa ambayo inaendelea kugawanya nchi hii itaendelea kusungumziwa.
Archbishop Sapit further urged for a transparent and credible process of selection of new IEBC commissioners.
Mungu atusaidie sana tupate timu ambayo hawatafanya kazi kulingana na vishawishi ya wale wanaotafuta uungaji mkono, lakini wafanye kazi yao kwa uwazi kiwango kwamba Wakenya wataridhika kwamba wamepata uchaguzi ambaye ni wa haki na ni huru.
Joseph Wahungu for Sunday Express.
A section of road safety officials have faulted the Kenya National Highways Authority (KENHA) and the National Transport and Safety Authority (NTSA) for allegedly turning a blind eye to the killer road stretch at Salga on the Nakuru-Eldoret Highway, where 14 people perished on Friday's accident. Now, the officials have blamed road designers and the negligence of the relevant organs, whom they accused of ignoring the killer road stretch.
Just 2 days after the country witnessed a fatal road carnage that claimed the lives of 14 people in Salga, Nakuru County, a section of road safety officials toured the area on a fact-finding mission. The officials, most of them drawn from the private sector, say the road section is a death trap, calling for relevant bodies to act swiftly to avoid more deaths.
Ifanyiwe permanent demarcation, corrugation ifanywe kama mahali kama blue post. Ile ukuta gari hata ikiingilia ile ukuta inarudi barabarani.
So we expect whoever does those reports, let him get the reports, or let's get staff within the bodies who are competent enough to get details and follow through the process, through the authorities and through the structures.
According to the Speed Governor's chairperson Edward Gitonga, the road designers did a shoddy job, accusing them of ignoring the killer road stretch.
Hizi za lori zisipopelekwa inspection, hizi janga tutaziona leo, kesho na kesho kutwa. Inspectors lazima waajibike. Hizi lori zitamaliza watu wetu. Pahali popote ajali inapatikana, ni lazima lori iwe involved.
We have talked about these lorries, and for sure, I want to tell you, this lorry never went for inspection. This lorry just sent money, and it was given an okay. And the way that accident happened, this lorry, after hitting the bump, because it has never gone for inspection, the driver lost control.
They noted that in less than 3 months, more than 30 people have lost their lives, and many more suffered grievous injuries at the Salga stretch on the Nakuru-Eldoret Highway.
I would like even the president of this country to realize that we have lost so many people 6 years down the line while we keep on complaining.
The road safety officials noted the road where the accident occurred is narrow and sandwiched between a concrete wall and a huge gully.
Pale barabara ni nyembamba sana. Tagu hii watu watuwekee hii tunaona demarcation blocks, which of course kwangu it is poor workmanship.
Timothy Kipnusu for Sunday Express.
Now, a 41-year-old mother of 3 in Kiambogo village in Geta Bush, Kipipiri constituency in Manyara County is appealing to well-wishers for support to undergo an operation at the Kenyatta National Hospital. Kezia Nyambura Masharia developed a swelling on her stomach that requires surgery.
At the onset of the swelling in 2020, Kezia Nyambura mistook it for pregnancy. However, with time, it became apparent that she was not expectant and visited the hospital. This would mark the start of her troubles, as she was in and out of hospital on several occasions.
Mimi niko na shida ya hii tupo ni kubwa sana na tena inakuwaga ni situ kabisa na inakuwaga na stress sana, hata nikilala kuamuka ni shida, hata watoto wananifuruta na mkono ndio niamuke.
Since then, she has been struggling to walk properly or even sleep well as the swelling increases in size.
Nimeenda hospitali JM Orokarao, nikaenda Nakuru, nikapimwa na nikatumwa Kenyatta. Sasa mimi sina pesa na sina bere, sina nyuma. Mimi naomba usaidizi. Mnisaidie nipate pesa niende hospitali hii ugonjwa iniondokee.
Kezia, who has been unable to fend for her 3 children, is now seeking financial support to remove the tumor. The family can be reached through mobile number 0795132337.
Indeed, you can get in touch with Nancy Okware, who prepared that particular report, on our various socials, should you find yourself in a position to assist the family. The number is 0795132337. That direct line goes directly to Kezia. A giving hand is always much appreciated. Now, stakeholders in this education sector want the government to address the teething challenges hindering the successful implementation of science, technology, engineering and mathematics education in the country. The players have cited insufficient human resource and equipment as key obstacles bedeviling the teaching of STEM-related subjects in school. The stakeholders, who met during a mathematics consortium at Daystar University, said the move will help in fostering innovation and economic growth of the nation.
Daystar University main campus in Machakos County, young innovators showcased their knowledge, skills and expertise in the STEM field through various projects portraying the potential of STEM education in shaping the country's future. It is here that education stakeholders, led by the spouse of the Deputy President, Dr. Joyce Kithure, challenged young Kenyans to leverage science, technology, engineering and mathematics education in a bid to develop and innovate sustainable solutions to national and global challenges.
The world needs your talents. The future is bright and it is you to shape it. So let us embrace the numbers and go beyond them. Let us innovate, inspire and unite change.
Dr. Joyce Kithure also unveiled her ambitious plan dubbed SAVE, which seeks to, among other things, enhance access to clean and sufficient water, combat environmental pollution, and advance modern farming, which through the application of science and technology aims to enrich the welfare of Kenyans.
So this project is aimed at addressing some of the challenges our community face and the solutions of which can be provided by the collective knowledge and skills all of us Kenyans in the STEM space.
When we continue supporting and promoting STEM in Kenya, it is a space that can really raise a generation of STEM lovers and people that are very enthusiastic about STEM.
Education key players at the same time highlighted the various challenges bedeviling the successful implementation of STEM education in learning institutions across the country.
I would like maybe to urge the government to provide more resources in terms of human resource and also the physical resources.
Tunataka the manpower ya walimu pale kwa sababu wasichana wanaendelea kuongezeka, kwa hivyo tunahitaji walimu.
Despite the setbacks, the young innovators remain optimistic that STEM education will nurture them to acquire the necessary skills to pursue successful careers and contribute to the country's development.
STEM is everywhere. STEM is in the science, the technology, the engineering, the mathematics. So we plan to utilize it in maybe engineering, exposing girls in our school to STEM.
We can do anything that you want to do. You can achieve whatever you want to do. And as the girls, it is time we wake up. We embrace those science-related subjects and make sure we shine to them to our fullest.
John Kahiro for Sunday Express.
Inuka na Loto Moto.
Hello, sasa kwa star 570 hash option ya 4 kuna kashamba juja na nika 50 by 100 worth 1.7 million Kenyan shillings. Na hii si shamba tu, iko kwa prime location, few minutes from Juja town. Stima yako iko ndani, na kama ni development, rapid and so promising. Na mambo ya landlord, mwisho wa mwanzo ni hapa. Ukishinda hili shamba, tunakuongeza 1 million Kenyan shillings ujijengee nyumba yako kwa shamba yako. Kuinuka na Loto Moto ni kucheza sasa hivi kupitia star 570 hash option ya 4 au register deposit na ucheze sasa hivi kwa www.tushinde.com na ujishindie shamba hili na addition of 1 million Kenyan shillings. Inuka na Loto Moto!
Number 1. Pilau.
Unaweza pika vizuri?
Pilau najua tu nikiwa na kundigala ya mbulauni.
Sasa unajeka nini?
Kwa gani tunaenda nalo?
Nataka twende ama utaki twende? Wakati huu tumefuturu.
Ni njaa tu imeniingiza. Mimi sitaki kukula.
Wacha kubana nisikie kukotandika. Big man.
Wacha kunisoea, unasikia?
Kuvaa tu kitu kama hii unafikiria mimi ni pia ni wale kumsala. Umendisere kabisa. Bwana tunakurutisia shukrani kwa sababu ulipoenda pale Goligota utamekocha mbele zako tukielekea Goligota.
Hapo mlipofika ni hapo. Weka hiyo sinia chini.
Mimi ni cheke wa Kirinyaga parish.
Si lazima mjifanye Waislamu.
You're still watching Sunday Express. Now the government is actively promoting chili farming, particularly in arid and semi-arid counties, as a driver of economic growth. The initiative also aims at helping communities in these regions be self-sufficient, as the crop requires minimal water to grow. Further steps have been taken to support farmers to sell their produce abroad.
At Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization chili farm in Kandara, Murang'a County, the vast lush green plantation was a display of fresh and healthy varieties of Kenya's chilies, such as African Bird's Eye, Serrano, Cayenne, and Habanero. Speaking during the farmers' exhibition, Calro Crop System Director Dr. Lusike Wasilwa noted that the country is trying to tap into chili farming as it has started exporting to countries like Uganda, Tanzania, India, UK, Germany, and Italy. Wasilwa noted that the chili farming, which is now becoming popular in ASAL counties, is also a good source of vitamins and minerals, as well as an antioxidant and immune booster.
Calro has been undertaking research for quite a number of years, over 10 years. It's been a bit slow because of insufficient funding, but we have actually 9 lines on the way that we're hoping by next year we'll have them in the national performance trials. So now we're looking at those different chili peppers, looking at the Scoville units of the chili peppers, Scoville meaning the heat of the chili peppers, and then coming up with a good one that will now be used by Gooseberry Delight for the sweet and sour sauce that will always give consistent heat.
On his part, seed expert Angus Douglas from Sakata Seeds East Africa region noted that by investing in the production of chili in large-scale farming, it could revolutionize the country's agribusiness sector and in turn boost its economic growth.
I'm seeing that local farmers, smaller scale farmers, are able to compete on the export market. So what you're finding is some of the brokers will go and plant on several hundred farms, and they will do the collection and the export into particularly China. I would say China is probably number one at this stage.
Opicho Chemtai for Sunday Express.
The last 10 days of the holy month of Ramadan are fast approaching. These days will see the Muslim faithful isolate themselves from worldly distractions and retreat to the mosque to dedicate themselves entirely to worship. In Mombasa County, security has been heightened in all 6 sub-counties to allow Muslim faithful to attend the night prayers and secure most shops in the central business district, which will remain open late into the night.
With 15 days left to the conclusion of the holy month of Ramadan, Muslim faithfuls are preparing for the last 10 days of the holy month. Its significance is immeasurable, with faithfuls expected to retreat to their various mosques and immerse themselves in worship. This might go deep into the night. In Mombasa County, security has been heightened to allow the Muslim faithfuls attend the night prayers in their numbers. During and after the prayers, most shops in the central business district remain open to the wee hours of the night, creating vibrant markets along major streets. Shoppers from every corner of Mombasa flock to these areas as preparations for the Eid celebrations gain momentum. The coastal city has been severely affected on several occasions by juvenile gangs who disrupt the day-to-day operations of the residents in the devolved unit.
Katika hii msimu wa Ramadan, hii mwezi mtukufu tumeweza kuwa na usalama ya kutosha. Tulikuwa na tatizo kidogo hapo Makadara, lakini governor ameweza kutusaidia, ametoa askari ya kutosha kutoka county government, ametoa kutoka police.
Worshippers and shoppers have been assured of their security during this final leg of fasting.
Kulikuwa kuna baadhi ya vijana hata wao si street children, wanajifanya kujiita street children, lakini waliposhikwa kila mmoja anajua makwao ni wapi. And I'm glad tulifanya operation together with the national government, security, county commissioner, tumeweka mataa, increase patrol.
Kwa mwezi mtukufu huu wa Ramadhan, tuendelee kushirikiana, tusaidiane wenyewe kwa wenyewe, na tuone kuwa kwa wakati kama huu tuaoneana huruma, kila mmoja ambaye amepata riziki asaidie na mwenzake. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim.
In the neighboring Kilifi County, a remarkable Quran recitation competition has brought together hundreds of young students from Kilifi, Lamu, Mombasa and Tana River counties, aiming to promote Islamic education, inclusivity and moral values among the youth.
Ndio utakuta wengine hawataki kusoma Quran na wanatoka, wanakuwa drop out, baadaye alafu wanaenda kwa madawa, hawasomi mzuri, hawafanyi vizuri, hawasaidii watu wao, hawasaidii wazazi wao, baadaye watakuwa ni watu ambao wameanguka katika maisha.
The competition was held at the Ama Primary School in Kibarani, Kilifi County, which attracted hundreds of students from various Islamic centers, which provided a platform for young learners to showcase their knowledge of the religion.
Lengo na madhumuni ya hii kufanya zoezi ni kwamba kujuana watoto wanaosoma centers mbalimbali na pia kuhifadhi Qurani.
Among the participants, Fatima Mohammed, a young girl with a vision impairment, emerged as the overall winner of the competition.
Kupata mimba tukiwa wasichana wadogo ni kuchukua msimamo. Ukipata mtu pengine anakuambia nitakufanyia jambo fulani, inakusababisha wewe utoke na ule mtu, lakini ukiwa na msimamo kama mimi nataka njoo kwetu kama Mungu, ningependa kuambia wale wasome Qur'an, wasome vizuri na wasisumbue mama yao, wapewe heshima.
Abdiaziz Oshem for Sunday Express.
To the counties where more than 200 families in Kibiri Ward in Karachonyo have been displaced following heavy rains that left the area flooded. The devastating floods triggered by water from Homa Hills left a path of destruction, destroying farms and livestock was swept away by the raging waters. Details of this and more stories from our counties.
At least 96 families have been left with nothing as over 100 hectares of farmland were submerged following flooding in Karachonyo. As the flood waters continue to ravage the area, about 70 households have sought refuge at Kandiege Primary School for the last 3 days.
Come here because the flood swept all our things out. There's nothing we were left with. Even maize, everything. If you can see these people, they are very, very tired because they have not been sleeping since then.
Our things were washed away with water. We are all stranded.
And in Embu County, the family of Naftali Munene is now appealing for government's aid to conduct a second autopsy to ascertain the cause of death of their kin. Munene, who until his demise was a consultative surgeon, is reported to have perished in a road accident.
Mimi nauliza
wale watu wako na nguvu kunishida. Nauliza mtu kama Sisiri Mutumbarire, gavana wangu, aingilie hii maneno ndio nione kama nitaona ukweli wa mtoto wangu.
And the residents of Kamasawa village in West Kochia location stormed the Gegu police station to protest the attempted arrest of a community member. The incident followed a raid earlier on Saturday morning when a group of officers arrived in the village to arrest a robbery with violent suspect. The community members are accusing the police of arresting the wrong suspects and shielding the real criminals.
Huyu kijana hajatamani hata chochote kwa area, anafanya kazi yake, akona bibi yake na watoto wake.
Meanwhile, Tana River County Senator Danson Mungatana has urged herders who are migrating due to the ongoing drought to establish a system of notifying authorities whenever they move to new areas to avoid social conflicts.
Ningetoa mwito kwa wale wenye mifugo, kwanza msipeleke watoto kusimamia mifugo, lazima wawe ni watu wazima. Ya pili, watu wasibebe silaha wakati mnaangalia hii mifugo yenu.
And finally, more than 100 boda operators in Busia County have enrolled for 1.5 months for driving school classes, a move aimed at curbing the increased road accidents in the region.
We realize that vijana wengi ambao wanaendesha boda hawana driving license, na hiyo nilaleta sasa ajali mingi kwa barabara.
John Kahiro for Sunday Express.
Jet A1, cheza avieta bila data bila credo. Dial *892# for instant takeoff. Pepea bila pressure kucrash au kucash out. Avieta bila data, avieta bila credo. Uko na kabambe, wewe pia ni rubani mnoma. Dial *892#. Jet A1, michezobet.com. Cheza kwa kuwajibika. Kushiriki ni miaka 18 au zaidi. BCLB license number 0000664.
Chance goal! Cote d'Ivoire are back in the game!
The FIFA World Cup 2026 Africa qualifiers match schedule is up for match day 5. In Group F, the Gambia will host Harambee Stars on Thursday, 20th of March from 10 p.m.
Shown, and which may show here. And yes, the breakthrough's there for Kenya.
Catch the action live from Alassane Ouattara Stadium in Abidjan, Ivory Coast, live and exclusive. KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
Very well said. We are going to be getting into sports, Wahome, and there is quite good news, I'm sure, especially where the women under 17 soccer team is concerned. That is, we are not so sure about how Chelsea fans are feeling right now, but to you, Wahome.
Thank you very much, Regina, and welcome to Sunday Express Sport. My name is Daniel Wahome. Now, the national under 17 women's soccer team junior starlets progressed to the third round of the 2025 FIFA under 17 Women's World Cup qualifiers after defeating Uganda's Teen Cranes by 3-0 during a second round clash played today at the Nyayo National Stadium in Nairobi. Kenya advanced to the final round of the qualifiers with an aggregate score of 5-0 after winning the first leg 2-0 in Kampala a week ago. Patience Asiko fired Kenya into the lead after 5 minutes, while Brenda Aching added a second half brace to hand Kenya the emphatic win. Kenya will now face Cameroon on the 18th of April in the first leg qualifier before travelling to the Central African nation for the return leg a week later. The winner of the two-legged tie will qualify for the 2025 final scheduled for the 17th of October to the 8th of November in Morocco. Kenya is attempting to qualify for the second consecutive FIFA Women's World Cup. That's an 17 level after their debut last year in the Dominican Republic.
When we played our away match, there were some gaps and we had to fill them in training. And also we had our best players who were not able to compete physically, but once we got someone like Asiko who could hold the ball for the rest to join in, and then it made the team comfortable in attack, and then we got our first goal immediately.
Tuko happy because tumepata ushindi tena, na kwa kampu pia tumekuwa motivated vizuri. Coach amekuwa kintu encourage, technical bench imekuwa kituambia tunaweza make it, na pia sisi tulijua kweli kama away tulipata win, home ni possible because tuko na fans, tuko home, na tulijua itakuwa easy. So I'm also happy because tuko ready next to face Cameroon.
Kinto anaitaka Charity, goalkeeper na unyaka.
Now, Priority 1 drivers have singled out the addition of a new stage and subsequent increase in total distance as one of the challenges they will have to endure during this year's Safari Rally. Top-level drivers, Toyota's Takamoto Katsuta, Hyundai's Adrian Fomo, and Ford's Joshua McEllen, however, expressed their readiness to tackle the WRC Safari Rally Kenya, scheduled for the 20th to the 23rd of March in Naivasha.
This year's route has been expanded to 384.86 kilometers, making it the longest WRC round. Takamoto Katsuta, who finished second during the second round of the WRC in Sweden, and Hyundai's Adrian Fomo are bracing themselves for the challenge ahead.
New stages, more like longer kilometers, always. Even like shorter kilometers like last year was already quite tough. So now it's even more tough.
Toyota has won the previous 4 editions of the Safari Rally, a domination that they will be keen to extend in 2025.
Myself also, we have been many moments and things which is very difficult, easy to call out us, but some luck helped us to stay on the road and keep in on the competition, and this is why we're finishing quite well.
Meanwhile, Hyundai has revised its strategy, fielding the car that was used in 2024, probably in attempts to challenge Toyota.
It was a decision from the technical side, just because we have not, we are quite reduced by the testing days we've got, and the new car have not been used so much on gravel and on the rough places. So they wanted to have the base of using a car that they know from last year.
Still smarting from his first career podium finish after being second in Monte Carlo, Fomo is motivated to repeat the feat in Kenya.
This year I want to do the same. I want to get the best result I can. But last year, to get that, I was just doing my own rally all the time until Saturday afternoon, where I had to fight for the podium against Elfine. But until there, I was just pushing where I know I can push. The car will accept that and really push back when it's really rough, some rocky place.
Meanwhile, Ford M-Sport Josh McLean will be banking on his 2023 experience at the Classic Safari as he tackles the Safari Rally for the first time.
For WRC as well, we did the Classic Safari in 2023 in a Porsche, so 911 Porsche is quite different to a Puma Rally 1. So, no, honestly, it's nice to be back in this country. It's a special place, obviously, with the wildlife, the roads, how spectacular the people and the spectators are. So I'm really looking forward to it.
With the Safari famed for reliability than their performance, the drivers shared their approach, key to getting the car over the line.
My mind is it's a bit the rabbit and the tortoise, you know. You know what I mean? It's for me the tortoise can finish the rally easier than the rabbit. So because if you go fast there, it can be quite tricky for the car in some places. So we have to push, but we have to push in the places where it's quite smooth for the car, and then where it's really rough, then we need to find a way to protect the car. You know.
Elsewhere, defending world champion Thierry Neuville of Belgium is looking forward to a revival of fortunes in 2025.
We expect, tough challenges and very difficult conditions, which.
A total of 10 top-level Priority 1 drivers and 16 WRC2 entries are set to feature in the 2025 Safari Rally.
Now, Shabana FC missed a chance to move up to 5th position on the FKF Premier League after playing 2-1 draw with the FC Leopards in one of the 2 matches played today. Shabana were fast on target in the 20th minute, but Leopards equalized with a minute left before half-time. Leopards remain 5th on the table with 36 points, while Shabana move up from 6th to 6th from 8th position above Kakamega Homeboys. Bidco United also missed a chance to move out of the relegation zone and up to 14th position after being held to a goalless draw by Mara Sugar. Bidco now remains 17th on the table on 23 points, equal with 16th placed Atalanta FC and just 1 point above bottom side City Stars. Mara Sugar 10th with 28 points.
Anaipiga pasi inafika kwake Mbaja Simo. Kwake Clifton Mieso Aisi. Clifton analeta na Nyovela! Michael Ovelo Cheng anaambia nipishe kama ilivyo ada moja. Lazima vitu yefanya.
Now, Consolata Swim Club Westlands and Juja St. Peter's School rose against all odds to dominate the 12th IPSG Little Future Stars Age Group Swimming Championships held at the Mumwe Oak School in Nairobi. The event attracted more than 200 junior swimmers.
Girls 8 to 9 years 100-meter individual medley, Nuru Maina recorded a time of 1 minute 46.11 seconds to finish first ahead of Angela Muchangi and Eden Kiende, who completed the podium.
Swimming has become quite therapeutic to me. It has become like my life. I started last year and I have really grown with it, both mentally, physically, yeah.
Levi Olwande was unstoppable in the boys 10 to 11 years category, clocking a time of 1 minute 36.61 seconds. Trevor Njoroge, Chris Mugo and Deborah Dacha were the other winners in different categories. In the school's rankings, Consolata Swim Club Westlands took charge of the boys category on 352 points, as Juja St. Peter's School came in second on 246 points.
Swimming is one of those activities that works on the body fully, and it also builds the confidence of the learners. It's good on health and it's all rounded, so it builds a lot of confidence, boosts the health and immunity of the child, and it also cools the body in such hot weather.
Thomas Burke School completed the top 3 positions. In the girls category, Consolata Swim Club Westlands and Juja St. Peter's took the first 2 positions with 269 and 255 points respectively, while Nova Pioneer Tattoo Primary came in third.
I think it's expensive in the sense of time. Of course, the coaching is not, it comes with a price, but certainly I think it's reachable to everybody. I think with a bit of dedication, even without being so well off, you can actually do swimming.
The 12th IPSG Little Future Stars Age Group Swimming Championship attracted more than 200 swimmers.
Now, the Kenya University Sports Federation Nairobi South Conference League ended today at the University of Nairobi grounds. The Kimaji overall winners in the women's basketball, followed by Strathmore and African Nazarene University in second and third positions respectively. African Nazarene beat Strathmore 71-55 to win the men's basketball title. The conference used the games to select their formidable team for the Kenya Inter-University Games set for the end of this month at the Kenyatta University.
To be able to reach this level, it tells you that even universities have invested. And actually the competitions have been very, very high among themselves. We are also using this to prepare these students for World University Games in Germany in July. Because, for example, when we will be selecting a national handball team from Kenya University Sports Federation to go for World Universities, we will select from these students.
The season has been just well. Yeah, we have fight, header, and from the part of the team, imekuwa ngumu kidogo. So we will adjust on our training. Yeah, and we wish to be the best choice always.
All right, that's the sport for tonight. Just a wrap of what's happening in England. Arsenal 1-0 winners over Chelsea in the EPL. Fulham defeating Tottenham Hotspur by 2-0. Leicester against Manchester United kicking off in just about 5 minutes. And Newcastle United have won a first major trophy in almost 70 years. They've defeated Liverpool by 2-1 in the English Football League Cup. Some call it the Carabao Cup. So, Newcastle United, northeast of England, the celebrations are heavy. My name is Daniel Wahome. Thank you for being with us. Join us bright and early tomorrow at 10 a.m. for Sport Check. Back to you, Regina.
Thank you very much. We are also looking forward to the weekend. That is the 20th to the 23rd when we have the WRC. So if you've not made plans, well, KBC is your sports partner. We're going to be keeping you abreast on what is going to be happening down in Nakuru, Naivasha. If you like, quite a spectacular race it's going to be. So petrolheads, this is one of those plans that you significantly have to make. And as far as matters of bilateral trade ties are concerned, is that Kenya is now going to be playing host from tomorrow at around 8:30 p.m. to the King and Queen of the Netherlands. That is King Willem Alexander and his Queen Maxima there. Just when you look at Kenya-Netherlands relations, is that Netherlands is the leading destination of our horticultural exports at around 27.3%. We're going to be keeping tabs on this particular move, or rather visit by the King and Queen of Netherlands and what it's going to bring, or rather offer Kenya when it comes to matters of trade. I'm Regina Manyara. My colleague on sign language has been none other than Byron Abuli. I wish you a pleasant week ahead.
Kupitia star 570 hash tunakupa nafasi ya kuchomoka na this beautiful Mazda Demio.
Enjoy a beautiful clean semi-leather interior, low mileage, fuel-efficient 1300cc engine, great for personal use and business.
Ukitaka kujishindia gari hii, kucheza ni rahisi sana. Chukua simu yako, bonyeza star 570 hash, chagua option 3. And for only 35 shillings, hii gari inaweza kuwa yako. Kumbuka kucheza mara kadhaa, because the more you play, the higher chances of wewe kuwa mshindi.
Mungu ni mwema, asante Mungu. Ile ndio naendesha hivi.
Dial star 570 hash and make this dream car yours.
Cheza Loto Moto.
At times, life can be filled with unbearable pain. Chepkasi spends her days and nights tied up with a rope. She has been caught up with a double tragedy, which has seen her entire family travel from Nandi to Eldoret seeking treatment.
Tukiwa na yeye namna hii, saa hii ni tulipo. Kuna wakati kuna season, kuna wakati yenye ni violent. yani anapika watu hata watoto hata nini saini at least inategemea. Akaanza sasa hawe unaweza mstukia watu wanaweza kutuita amepika area inaitwa Kaputo. Kaputo ni karibu 1 kilometer. Mara area Kaptel kwa Matuka ni almost 1 kilometer. Anazunguka kila kona, na akiingia penye anaingia chochote chenye amepata ndiye anakula. Hata usiku ndiye alikuwa akitoroka usiku. Tukaonelea ya kwamba tukasema akianza kutembea kama huu na ni msichana anaweza toroka usiku wakutani na walepi ama sio watu wenye sio walepi. Tukaona anaweza kumrep tu yeye. Tukaona ya kwamba hili tusave tu yeye, tuweke kamba at least tumene tu kwa milango. Tukaweka kamba, tukapeana ujumbe kwa serikali juniatia ukiweka mtu kanga mpaka kama huu. Tukapeana ujumbe, wakatuambia ya kwamba ili to manage. Wakati wa wasasi walikuwa patu wako, tukapunga na kamba. Chenye alifanya site ili tufunge na kamba. One day, sawa ilikuwa na miaka 15 tu hivi, ndiye alitoroka usiku wakati tulikuwa tumeanza kufunga na kamba. Ndiye akaenda mpaka area inaitwa Kipsomoite usiku. Alitoroka saa 3, lakini tulipikiwa simu mwendo wa saa 9 usiku kwa watu wenye walikuwa akitembea karibu msituni. Ndiye pile tuliambiwa na hawa, tukaenda tukamleta tu yeye. Tukaona huyu akitoroka anaweza tembea mpaka msituni au wawe na wanyama. Msituni ya Mayen ndiye alienda ni hiyo na North Nandi Forest.
Hello good people. A Silver Life leo tuko Eldoret na tumetembelea familia imetoka kule Nandi na leo wako hapa Eldoret, wamekuja matibabu, wanaishi hapa. Nimekuja karibu familia yote because wanaambia wamekuwa 5 hapa, na huyu ndio anasimamia hii familia, ndio ndugu mkubwa. Wako na sistake hapa na unaona amemfunga na kamba. Hii ndio imekuwa maisha, na tueleza kwa nini amemfunga na kamba na ni mgonjwa wapi. Habari yako?
Mzuri ndugu yangu. Mimi naitwa Chwas Kimboy. Yes. Sehemu ambayo ninatoka ni Nandi County, Jesumi Sub County, Kaptel location, Dangaton Village.
Okay.
Ndio.
Na kuona umeshika kamba.
Nimeshika kamba. Huyu tata yangu pila alizaliwa akiwa na ulemavu, ama hatu kuchua pila alizaliwa ilikuwa na ulemavu. Lakini pila alizaliwa akiwa mzuri, na pile kupika umri ambaye ingetambaa ikachukua muda kutambaa. Baada ya hiyo, wakati alianza alitambaa karibu akiwa na mwaka 1. Baada ya hiyo ikachukua muda tena kutembea. Pile alichukua muda kutembea ikakaa almost 3 years ikielekea 4, ndiye akaanza sasa kutembea. Pile ilianza kutembea, ilitembea kama yule yenye amelewa, hakukuwa stable. Lakini iliendelea tu namna hiyo mpaka akawa na nguvu. Pile alianza akapata nguvu, ndiye akaanza sasa, akaanza akitoka kwa milango, akienda kwingine ama akiingia ndani, akipata chumvi, sukari, ndiye anachanganya yote anaweka kwa moto kabla moto hajawaka, ndiye anaanza kukula. Tukaona akili yake sio timamu. Tukaanza sasa matibabu. Pile tulianza matibabu, wakati huo hatukuwa tumepunga na kamba. Pile tulianza matibabu, tukapeleka hospitali, ndiye wakafanya assessment, ndiye akapata ako na shida ya akili. Pile aliandika mental disturbed. Tukaona ako na shida ya akili.
Chepkasi was diagnosed with a mental disorder. It was devastating to the family, seeing their sister go through so much pain.
Pile alianza kukua, akipata chochote kama konokono, ndiye anaweka kwa mtomo, anaweza kujisaidia na kukula. Kila kitu chochote chenye amepata anaweka kwa mtomo. Ikakucha kupika karibu miaka 10 hivi, 12. Yeye akawa na mwili mzuri. Yeye ilikuwa mnene, sio kaka mapile mnaona tu sahi, ilikuwa mnene. Akaanza sasa hawe unaweza kumstukia, watu wanaweza kutuita amepika area inaitwa Kapkuto. Kapkuto ni karibu 1 kilometer. Mara area Kaptel kwa Matuka ni almost 1 kilometer. Anazunguka kila kona, na akiingia penye anaingia, chochote chenye amepata ndiye anakula. Hata usiku ndiye ilikuwa akitoroka usiku. Tukaonelea ya kwamba tukasema akianza kutembea kama huu na ni msichana, anaweza toroka usiku wakutani na walepi, ama sio watu wenye sio walepi. Tukaona anaweza kumrep tu yeye. Tukaona ya kwamba hili tusave tu yeye, tuweke kamba at least tumene tu kwa milango. Tukaweka kamba, tukapeana ujumbe kwa serikali, juniatia ukiweka mtu kanga mpaka kama huu. Tukapeana ujumbe, wakatuambia ya kwamba ili to manage. Wakatuwa wasasi walikuwa patu wako, tukapunga na kamba. Chenye alifanya saiti ili tufunge na kamba. One day, sawa ilikuwa na miaka 15 tu hivi, ndiye alitoroka usiku wakati tulikuwa tumeanza kufunga na kamba. Ndiye akaenda mpaka area inaitwa Kipsomoite usiku. Alitoroka saa 3, lakini tulipikiwa simu mwendo wa saa 9 usiku kwa watu wenye walikuwa akitembea karibu msituni. Ndiye pile tuliambiwa na hawa, tukaenda tukamleta tu yeye. Tukaona huyu akitoroka anaweza tembea mpaka msituni au wawe na wanyama. Msituni ya Mayen ndiye alienda ni hiyo na North Nandi Forest.
Ever since, Chepkasi is always tired, leaving her helpless, and the pain that comes with a huge tumor on her face adds to the trauma.
Sasa amezoea kufungwa na kamba.
Amezoea kufungwa na kamba.
Nimeona mpaka amechukua kamba kapea.
Huyu ni tata ya mama yetu, mama msasi. Ile mama msasi alituacha. Yeye tukiwa na matibabu yeyote, huyu ndiye anakuja akasema ya kwamba aachi watoto wa tata yake wakiwa wanateseka. Sasa tunashinda tuna yeye.
Okay.
Yes.
So pale ukiwa kazini nyumbani, mkimfunga na kama mnamfungilia kwa mti ama mnamfunga tu?
Tukiwa kule nyumbani, tukiwa tunaendelea na kazi, tunafungia kwa miti.
Ajui kufungua.
Ajui, lakini kufungua penye tumefungia kwa miguu ndiye anaelewa.
Okay.
Lakini mwisho apungui kule mwisho. Na akipata shoka ama kisu, anajua ya kwamba hii kamba inakatika. Ndiye anang'ang'ania kukata. Hata vile nilikwambia alienda mpaka forest, alipatika akapata tu kisu, ndiye akakata kamba.
Na saa zingine anajiumiza.
Yes, saa zingine anajiumiza. Wacha mimi niseme tuko na mama, lakini nitasema. Tuseme wakati yeye akiwa periods, unaona tu anashika huo chapu. Saa zingine kule nyuma ilikuwa anakipata tu miti, anakonga kichwa throughout. Kama sio kichwa ni kifua. Yes. Na unaona tu anajiumiza. Yes.
Her predicament saw her drop out of school, and the sickness has denied her a chance to get married.
Sasa shida kuu ambaye yenye tumepitia ni shida kuu huyu tata yangu yenye anafuatana na yeye akuoleka juu tuliambia ya kwamba Meru mupaki naye kwa milango ili uwe una ngoja yeye. Tuliona hiyo ni shida kuu. Pia huyu tulikuwa tukitarajia kule nyuma yeye atasoma. Bila alifanywa assessment, kuna shule ambaye iko upande site ya Koimosi Special School kwa watu wenye wako na ulemavu. Walifanywa assessment na wakapeleka wapi? Kule. Pile ilikuwa kule ndiye wale hakuweza kumanage ndio wakatuambia ya kwamba tumrudishe yeye. Tukiwa na yeye namna hiyo, saa hii ni tulipo. Kuna wakati kuna seasoning, kuna wakati yenye ni violent, yenye anapika watu, hata watoto, hata nini. Saa hii ni at least. Inategemea. Sasa wakati alianza kukua violent kule, ndio wakaanza sasa kujaribu kutibu na hizo dawa ya mental kama Lakaktil, dawa ambaye tuliona ya kwamba walikuwa wakimpea yeye. Ndiye ukimpea hizo dawa, ndiye inalala yenye ukiona huyu atapika kesho. Inachokesha kuchokesha zaidi. Akili hiyo ikisha isi tu kwa mwili hivi, inaanza kisirani. Ndio
kitu ya kushtua that nafungwa na kamba, na familia inaniambia wamefanya hivi ndio kumzuia kupotea, na imekuwa ni the way to manage. Na naona amezoea because amefungwa miaka mingi. Kama alianza kufungwa akiwa 13 years, meaning for the last size yako 30.
Ako 30.
So meaning zaidi ya half her life amekuwa akifungwa. Mpaka amezoea. Na sio rahisi kwa hii familia. Na umetoka kule Nandi County, umekuja hapa Eldoret, umekuja matibabu. Na nimeona wanakuaga na wakati mwingi na anti yake, because unaona ni kama wanaelewana.
Abirio to bwanman ambaye tumekaa hapa, ndiye ameshinda tu na yeye kwa dawa, kwa chochote vyakula, ndiye hiyo ndiye anampea wakisaidiana na hawa.
Nimeona amechukua kamba kwako anampea. So anajua hiyo kamba inafaa kushikwa na mtu. Na sasa hiyo kamba vile imefungwa iko hapo, ajua imeshikwa na mtu, anaweza potea.
Kama saa hii tuseme hiyo nini, nilikwambia kuna seasoning. Sasa kama saa hii ni tulipo. Saa zile imeanza kukua violent, ndiye anatoroka. Saa hii angekuwa amekimbia, tungekuwa tunakimbishana.
Alafu nimeona hataki kukaa kwa nyumba. Wakati wake ikifika asubuhi kutoka hataki kwa nyumba kidogo.
Pile tumekuja hapa mostly saa 1:30 tulikuwa tumetoka. Sasa yeye imepika, sasa ilikuwa ameona ya kwamba ni kuenda hospitali. Pile tulikuja ni Monday mpaka Friday. Asubuhi tunaenda radiotherapy.